Thank you, Professor Jeffrey Sachs, for your very kind introduction. I'm very flattered by what you told me, but you never told me like this way when I was in the office. Now, I'm very much grateful for your very kind word. In fact, he's been saying something in a different aspect. He has been my professor. He has been my teacher. And whatever he said, I really tried to put in action. So please remember that the ideas and all goals on SDGs have come from his ideas. Of course, we discussed this matter with so many member states, scholars, and I'm very much grateful for his continuing commitment establishing this SDSN. And in fact, I'm now working as honorary chair of this SDSN Korea network. Now, I used to be the head. Now I'm honorary head in the Korea network, not in the UN organization. Again, thank you very much. He's my boss now at this time. And again, I am very much grateful to His Holiness Pope Francis for his inspiring message. He has been really the leader, a spiritual leader, a really actual leader. I still remember fondly the excitement he has created and vision he has delivered at the United Nations on the very day of the adopting these Sustainable Development Goals. That was September 25th. And the member state had convened a special session only in honor of His Holiness Pope Francis. He addressed more than hundreds of 50 heads of state and government and the ministers and all delegations. And there was electrifying, moment when he delivered and he blessed. He had given blessings to all the leaders of the world that blessing these Sustainable Development Goals. We have seen many such experiences when after a beautiful concert, there is a standing ovation, but I have never seen such a long-lasting standing ovations without any end. So this is what I've been telling, and I'm deeply grateful for his continuing leadership, and his Laudato Si really has made climate change agreement possible. Again, I'm deeply grateful for his participation today and his continuing leadership. And also, I'd like to thank His Excellency Monsignor Marcelo Sorondo, Chancellor of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, co-chair of the mission 4.7. Whatever we have been doing with, he has been, the Monsignor, Sorondo has been behind the scene, and I'm sure that Pope has participated because of his urging. Thank you very much for your leadership again. Of course, I am very happy to listen the message, very important messages by my co-patron of Mission 4.7, Her Excellency Madame Audrey Azoulay, Director General of the UNESCO, whom I met last year when I was able to travel in UNESCO headquarters. And we discussed about how to implement 4.7, how to really foster global citizenship among young people. And now we have all, every important person. Now I'd like to also recognize the co-chairs, Stefania Giannini, Assistant Director General of Education, UNESCO, and also Jeffrey Chair of the Sunway Group, and dear Sam Loney, Director of Global Schools, the SDSN, and many excellencies and honorable participants and dear global citizens. While beginning, I'd like to quote what His Holiness Pope said. I quote, we may prove capable of responding with a new vision of fraternity between all men and women and social friendship that will not remain at the level of words. Let us dream then as a single human family, as fellow travelers, sharing the same flesh, as the children of the same earth, which is our common home, each of us bringing the richness of his or her beliefs and convictions, each of us with his or her own voice, brothers and sisters all. End of quote. This is what His Holiness Pope Francis wrote, Fratelli Tutti, from the Christian convictions that inspire and sustain him. And he has sought to make this reflection an invitation to dialogue among all people of goodwill. The Global Compact on Education is also a testament to his commitment to educate humanity about these principles. I thank him for his leadership. And it is my great pleasure to join you today at the Vatican Youth Symposium on intergenerational gathering for sustainable development, bringing together leaders in global development to catalyze solutions and partnerships for the sustainable development goals. Today, I'm proud to launch the Mission 4.7 along with my co-patron Director General of UNESCO, Madame Audrey Azoulay. It is a vital initiative to advocate for and work to ensure that all leaders acquire the values, knowledge, and skills needed to promote global citizenship and sustainable development globally. When the SDG were established in September 2015, it was clear that to achieve this ambitious agenda, ensuring access to quality education would be essential. I have become a missionary of SDG. I'm always wearing this SDG badge everywhere, every time. On the SDG 4, quality education, target 4.7 calls for the implementation of education that is inclusive and that promotes sustainable development. It underlines the need to foster global citizenship and empower all learners to be active in our efforts to achieve the SDGs. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we only have 10 years left to achieve the SDGs. This means that we must act swiftly and collaboratively. COVID-19 has challenged international cooperation, strained the national capacities, and exacerbated inequalities. With regard to education, even prior to the pandemic, inclusive and equitable quality education was advancing at too slow a pace. Overall, 5 years after this adoption, now the progress level is uneven depending upon where people are living. And we must make sure that within 10 years, we have to really make sure that all these SDG 17 goals are implemented. Now, with the 90% of all the students out of school, because of the school closures caused by COVID-19, we risk taking steps backwards. It is a critical time to share a call to action and to launch this initiative, Mission 4.7, aimed to advocate for, inspire, and mobilize governmental and non-governmental actors to prioritize education for sustainable development. Mission 4.7 will facilitate and support the exchange of good practices and mutual learning as well as mobilize resources and promote the engagement of champions for education, establishing innovative partnerships with the diverse actors at the global and national level. We must raise the next generations to be global citizens, to act with passion and compassion when addressing the world's challenges. Both in my capacity as the former Secretary General of the United Nations and now as co-chair of the Ban Ki-moon Center for Global Citizens, I am honored to accept the role of patron to this mission. The Ban Ki-moon Center stands ready to build Mission 4.7 with the co-organizing partner UNESCO, the SDSN, and the Center for Sustainable Development at Columbia University. In Seoul, Korea, I have also established to reinforce my capacity in Ban Ki-moon Center in Vienna. In Seoul, Ban Ki-moon Foundation for a Better Future. You see the logo behind me, and I'm using all organizations to promote this SDGs. Ladies and gentlemen, together we must seize this moment to push this imperative initiative forward. Let us work together to educate humanity about sustainable development and global citizenship with the necessary knowledge, skills, and empathy for others. We can create a brighter future for us all, leaving no one behind. And I thank for your commitment. And let's work together to make this world better for all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Grazie.